G'day and welcome to the program. Today on SA Weekender, the Fleurieu Peninsula in all of its magnificent glory, courtesy of a young bloke who's lived here most of his life and certainly knows its many secrets. Hop on board a trip down the Onkaparinga River with off-piste tours. And as well today...
Yeah, yummy.
Feeling a bit peckish? How about breakfast with the birds? We'll show you a new tour that has bird lovers flocking.
Keep it down, guys.
And we take off on a family caravanning adventure. But first, here's Kelly.
From a regular flat white to a turmeric latte, there's no doubt about it, we love our daily brews. Adelaide's obsession with coffee continues to grow, so today I'm meeting with some caffeine connoisseurs who continue to push the envelope when it comes to the humble coffee bean. Low Key quietly opened its doors on Unley Road a few months back, but the calibre of their team and what they're serving up is anything but. Passionate barista Reese Woods is the man behind this very fancy machine. So Reese, how do you make a competition-worthy coffee?
Yeah, so making it is all about controlling the variables. So first of all, take it's called the portafilter out. Then we'll purge some water and just make sure there's no coffee grounds in the shower screen.
Using Owner Coffee, this is a process he'll be doing in front of the judges when he competes in the Double Shot Coffee Fiesta Barista Championships next weekend.
There's 4 judges, so 4 espressos, 4 milk-based beverage, and then there's 4 signature beverage, which you can add any ingredients you want as long as it doesn't contain alcohol. So it just gives you a chance to play around with some different ingredients with your coffee.
Reese tells me that sticking to proven recipes and exacting formulas is the key to consistently pouring the perfect cup. Looks pretty good.
There we go.
Thank you. Cheers.
Enjoy.
Wow.
That one's better.
That's good. It's intense. If you're a coffee lover like me, then the owner of Low Key, Ian Callaghan of Bar 9 fame, needs little introduction. So Ian, tell me, when did you fall in love with coffee?
I've been in love with coffee for a very, very long time. I still get excited by that first morning cup, that big kind of warm hug from grandma style, like comfort that you only get from coffee.
Ian's reputation for pushing the boundaries with coffee is well known, but his passion has recently expanded to include the world's other favourite hot beverage. And so why tea?
Tea's amazing. Tea's great. It's calming. It's culinary. It's complex. There's so much depth to it. It has an exceptional flavour and a whole range of flavours through obviously many different styles of tea. And basically, I was just drinking so much coffee that I needed to supplement that somehow.
Not one to do anything by halves, he recently took out second place in the National Tea Brewers Championships. Yeah, it's no bitterness at all. Low Key is open for all-day brunch as well as dinner on Friday nights. Former Auger chef Dan Milburn is in the kitchen, so take my tip and make sure you drop in for a delicious bowl of homemade pasta. As for the fiesta, well, it kicks off this Friday night with the Ignite Unley Free Outdoor Cinema at the Village Green for an evening of Mexican festivities. Then on Sunday, make sure you head along to the Unley Soldiers Memorial Garden from 10 a.m. for the Double Shot Coffee Fiesta.
There's the barista competitions that are involved. There's a lot of talks. There's a lot of interactive stalls. There's a bit of tea through there as well. So yeah, I think it's just a really good mash of what makes the caffeine kind of society of Adelaide exciting.
Coffee, baristas, brewers, workshops, entertainment, delicious food, family and friends. What more could you ask for? It promises to be a great day out.
Coming up, a holiday fit for the whole family.
Last year, there were around 11.6 million overnight caravan and camping trips undertaken by Australians. Yep, more of us are hitting the road to discover the great outdoors. So, I've come to Apollo to see if this carefree lifestyle is for me.
G'day, Charlie.
Hazy, how are you, bud?
Good, thanks. Mate, this looks impressive.
Mate, this is the ultimate family caravan.
Wow, let's check it out.
Done. So for the kids, we've got a triple bunk here at the rear. We've also got a full-size shower toilet combo, fridge freezer, microwave, 3 gas burner stove, grill, sink, dinette, and at the front of the van we have a double bed.
Everything you need.
Wow, talk about all the bells and whistles. I don't think I'm in any danger of roughing it. And I'm beginning to understand why caravanning appeals to so many people. So, after a quick lesson on hitching and towing, it's time to hit the road.
Do you know anyone with a caravan? Perhaps like me, one of your friends is off exploring SA and constantly posting on social media all about their adventures. And it got me thinking, it's a holiday I've always wanted to go on. So I've set myself up with a very slick caravan and I'm about to go on my very first family caravanning holiday. So wish me luck.
You'll find loads of great caravan parks and camping spots across every region of SA. But for me, the Fleurieu Peninsula ticks all the boxes.
Now, as I'm new to this caravanning business, I've decided not to travel too far. I'm on my way to Normanville because it's far away enough to escape the hustle and bustle of the city, but it's also within easy reach. It also means that I'm the sucker who's going to go down there, do all the hard work, set it all up, and then my family joins me a little bit later. Very well played by them.
The drive takes just over an hour and it's so scenic. I'm already starting to feel myself relax. This region truly is picture postcard perfect, with rolling green hills that give way to spectacular coastal views. The Jetty Caravan Park is situated right on the beach at Normanville, sandwiched between the Sand Hills and the Bunglar River.
Well, we're here. Beautiful drive up here. And the drive-in park. Easy. Gotta love that.
Bev and Peter Daniel took over the park just over a year ago. And thanks to their hard work, they've already seen occupancy increase.
We've done our best. I guess when we first got here, you could say that it was a little bit run down. So we've put our best foot forward and got the grass green again and just a bit of TLC, and people love it. Like, we've got such good reviews since we've been here, so it's been really good.
What's the best thing about caravanning?
I think it's the actual freedom you can.
Oh, that was mine.
It's the you can if you get to a place and you like the park or you like the area, you can, and 9 times out of 10 you can extend your stay. And we've had people come here and they'll end up extending for a week, 2 weeks, you know, because it's a nice park, things like that.
I think probably you pack and you take your house with you. I used to love our van. It was just like home away from home.
I've heard one of the best things about caravanning is the tight-knit community. So it's time to meet the neighbours.
Nice to meet you.
We've been caravanning for about 10 years. Started off in the tent, now we're all caravanning.
Tell us why it's so good.
Well, look at it. Sun, we went fishing last night, got a feed of fish for everyone, and you can just relax.
There's enough stuff going on to keep the kids
Oh
entertained.
yeah, well we don't really need to do anything. They're always entertained. They, as soon as we get here, they're off to the beach or on their bikes and playground exploring. So yeah, they love it.
What's the best thing about the caravan park?
Definitely the beach and just like relaxing and just hanging out with our family and not doing much.
So you're not old enough to think that hanging out with the family's lame. It's still fun.
Nah, yeah, it's fun.
From good old Uno
Yeah!
to kicking the footy. The beauty of this kind of holiday is you can do as much or as little as you want. Of course, stunning Normanville Beach is only steps away, so I couldn't resist heading down with my new mate Rod to see if the fish are biting. How inviting does that water look? Makes me want to jump right in. I can now see why Normanville and Carricalinga have long been a favourite destination for families. I'm officially hooked. And with the inviting waft of a barbecue in the air, it's time to head back to my new home on wheels. It must be beer o'clock.
I'm all set up and ready to relax. My family should be here any minute. I'm looking forward to sitting back, taking it all in and creating some memories. Cheers to that.
After the break, where to head for a flying start to your day.
You are greedy.
He'll come back for seconds.
You are so greedy.
I'm up super early today for a visit to Cleland Wildlife Park, but I'm not here for a schmooze with the roos or to cuddle a koala. I'm here for something new, breakfast with the birds. Our first stop is the Mallee Aviary, where bird whisperer Michelle Cornish is going to help us deliver breakfast to the residents, while we have a good old sticky beak into their lives. And there's a flurry of feathers when word spreads that food's up.
So because we have lots of different species of birds in the aviary, we've got lots of different food types. We have birds that eat seeds, we have birds that eat fruit, we have birds that eat meat. So what we do is we put it out on a tray and then everybody can help themselves, but we do find that birds go over into other food groups that they wouldn't normally eat, and they just try a bit of everything.
The princess parrots like to stake their claim nice and early. So they say the early bird gets the worm, but in this case it's a
mealworm.
A mealworm. Delicious. But let's see if someone's going to have a bit of a snack. What about this? Yeah, yummy. Delicious. He's so polite. The aviary is awash with gorgeous plumage, from darting zebra finches to plump painted button quail and budgies with a secret superpower.
Budgies are very interesting because they've discovered that budgies can see an extra colour, they can see fluorescence. So we see red, blue and green, and they see fluorescence, and apparently if you fluoresce a male budgie, he has the most beautiful fluorescence on his wings, and that's what makes him attractive to the ladies.
But next door, it's all about not being seen, as this bush stone curlew hides in plain sight on her nest. And the tawny frogmouth blends in with the branches until breakfast appears.
He has a fluorescent yellow inner to his mouth, and at night he'll sit with that open to attract nocturnal insects to come in. Okay, ladies, welcome to our forest aviary. So you can see straight away the change in habitat from the Mallee aviary. We're just going to put some yummy, tasty crickets out for breakfast. So the wood swallows and the regent honeyeaters love these, and the regent honeyeaters will hopefully come and take one and feed them to their chick. Okay, one more feeder to go. Oh, yes. All right, everybody's fed.
Our third and final habitat is the swamp aviary, where we meet Michelle's boyfriend Herbie.
He was found in the park. He'd fallen out of his hollow, and I hand-raised him. So he's a little bit clingy at the moment. We think it's breeding season for him, and he's getting a little bit crazy. So he spends a lot of time on my shoulder. And he does like mealworms as well, yes.
Maintaining a more regal aloofness, the royal spoonbills and the plumed whistling duck, a rare sight given South Australia's disappearing swampland habitat, and a beautiful end to a tour full of the unexpected.
The people that haven't really had an interest previously in birds, I think, are just surprised. They're surprised about how complicated they are and how different, and their little personalities. And it's just really lovely to see people smile and be surprised. It's really satisfying.
Bookings are essential for this tour, which only operates during daylight saving months and begins before normal opening hours, giving guests exclusive access to the park when birds are at their most active. Have a look at Cleland's website or give them a call to book. Breakfast with the birds ends here at the Cleland Cafe, and thankfully it's not mealworms and mice, it's a scrumptious array of fruit, cake, croissants and coffee. This is not for the birds.
Next, why you should go off-piste in beautiful McLaren Vale. Visit the McLaren Vale wine region, and the parade of vineyards and cellar doors offers yet more proof of just how spoilt South Australians are when it comes to indulgent weekend getaways. Right on the edge of those vines sits another treat for the more adventurous, courtesy of Off-Piste Tours.
We are in a very special place called the Onca River National Park, based just on the north fringes of the McLaren Vale wine region.
Ben Neville has exclusive four-wheel drive access to the park, and when cruising through this terrain, you could be forgiven for thinking you've been transported several hundred kilometres north. No, it is not the Flinders Ranges. This is Onkaparinga Gorge. just a 40-minute drive from the heart of the city, a secret little patch of paradise that many South Australians would not know exists. But on today's jaunt, we're enjoying some Darrenberg wines with a delicious assortment of local bread and cheeses. Off-Piste Tours is a unique blend of wine, food and spectacular scenery, one that was slowly fermenting in Ben's imagination while working as a tour guide throughout Europe.
Pretty much just translates to off-track. It's a skiing term. I've been on ski since 3, but I started off my whole tourism career within the Alps of Victoria and then moving across to France.
No skiing today as we sample the good life, until local walker Dave Mitchell prompts pangs of guilt as he makes light work of the many bushwalking and cycling paths available to us all. The Off-Piste Land Cruiser brings us to where you can see the lay of the land, or the terroir as the French like to refer to that mix of topography and soil profile that makes this a famous wine-growing region.
Literally below the surface, we get to see a remarkable vision of exactly what the tap roots will dig into, sucking up all that minerality, dissolving it all.
Soon we're sampling a little more of that delightful minerality, with some bubbles at the new lookout taking in what's called the Punch Bowl. As you can see, some serious geological chaos has been at work here, and if we could travel back 700 million years, we'd be looking at a glacier as it carves its way through what is now Onkaparinga Gorge. Some have an even better view of this tectonic and glacial madness. Others, well, they've seen it all and just want to chill. After dining out on some McLaren Vale wine and some Fleurieu Peninsula produce, you're probably in the mood for a little siesta. You're not the only one. On the edge of the gorge, a classic piece of McLaren Vale history, once home to legendary lawmaker and Chief Justice Sir Samuel Way. Today at the Chapel Hill cellar door, we sample a Gorge Block Cabernet Sauvignon. Named after the gorge we've spent the day exploring, before pulling up stumps at Ben's family home, once an old butter factory at Whites Valley, just minutes away from the coast.
We really wanted to create an experience, I guess that you would have experienced in France or Tuscany 20 years ago, 30 years ago. That true home visit, yeah, and get away from the crowds, the true off-piste experience.
From a rugged gorge to this rustic retreat, the Off-Piste four-wheel drive tour has it all, as Ben Neville shows us the region he grew up in. For details, head to the Off-Piste website. I think you'll agree, Ben Neville's Off-Piste tour opened your eyes to the beauty of the Fleurieu Peninsula and more particularly the Onkaparinga River as it makes its way out here to the sea at Southport. Now, if there's anything you want to know about this tour or something else you've seen on the program, hop online or join us on social media. Now, next week on SA Weekender. Michael gets stuck into a spot of spring gardening, plus what's new at the nursery. And we go behind the scenes at Morfordville.
Behind it next then was Columbia.
That's Sunday, 5:30. Look forward to your company then. Bye for now.